Hello, viewers. I'm SB,
And I am Amabel.
and welcome back to my city, where currently the progress score is 10 to 2, but there's something in the neighborhood of 36 points remaining. So we are very far from any kind of determinants. Amabel, I hear you laughing. You are still fully in the game, is my point. You got
Yep.
this. You got this. It's easy from here.
Uh-huh.
So today we are entering episode 3, chapter 3. Sorry, this is episode 2. See, I yelled at you about this last time. It's very confusing. Episode 2 of the series, which begins chapter 3 of the campaign, The Flood. Unremitting rains have made the land to the left of the river completely unbuildable. So, in this chapter, we are only allowed to construct on the right side of the river. For each empty light green space visible on the left side of the game board, the player will lose no points because, we couldn't have built there anyway. That aside, same stuff as the last game. We got the churches, we got everything. I expect this one's not going to be all that many turns long. So,
Yeah.
shall we?
Yeah, I'm trying to decide.
I'm wondering if it would be a smarter thing to do to place this like this maybe, so that we are not like it would be a challenge to build on all four sides of the well, four different buildings, if I did have this stretched all the way across the top edge of the well like that. I think I'm gonna. Oh, right, but you still have to. The first building still has to be adjacent to the river, doesn't it? Because
Does.
of the
Yeah.
rules of the board game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this,
Well,
this this is tricky. I have like two places I'm looking at for my river. My first piece. This particular piece to start with is awkward.
yeah, this is a challenge for sure. Then I am feeling a little silly, having forgotten how the game works already. I'm gonna do that.
This is probably a mistake, but I'm gonna
This
do
area
it.
over here is already kind of weird to build in, and I've not made things any better on that front. Okay, this isn't so bad, right?
No, this is fine.
Hey, Amabel, I wasn't talking to you.
Oh, okay. Wow.
That's a palaver between me and the viewers. Oh no.
Oh, I don't like this.
Well, this piece is a huge disaster for me. I think what we're gonna do here is I think it's gonna have to be like this. This is the best play we have available. Oh, it hurts though. That's very ugly. Cause like what? I can't build left of the river at all. It would have to be. There's literally nowhere for me to place it where it doesn't do this. So we may as well place it so it obliterates as many rocks as possible. But that's very bad news. Hey, Amabel,
Yeah.
I think there's some chance you're gonna win this one. That's
Maybe this
that's how
one
I'm feeling.
specifically. Uh, maybe.
So this is a cool placement for just covering space and for getting the 5 points, but it's an awkward placement for trying to build contiguous blocks of colors. And I'm wondering about placing it like I'm just gonna commit.
Oh yeah, I forgot that's a rule.
Yeah, that is still a scoring element. So phooey. This is not good.
No, I'm losing so many trees.
Amabel, did I become horrible at this game since the last time we played?
I hope so. I'd like to have a chance to do well at this.
Okay, well, it would seem that I am simply not allowed to keep this tree. I tried really hard to not lose it, but I mean, I could do this. I mean, that guarantees those rocks, though. Oh, friends. This game has become, like, interesting and frustrating in all of the right ways very quickly, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. I agree. No, I don't want that because then that. No.
Like, as much as I want to play a blue building over here, this one is really not a good shape. Doing this locks us off of red buildings, but like missing out on these points is not acceptable, right? I can't do that. I can do this and hope that we get one of the 1x2s before I run out of space. Having already played one of them, it's not actually that likely. But I'm doing it. Doing my level best to have space to build some contiguity. Yes. Just covering at this point.
I don't think I'm winning this one. Oh, maybe I am. Hang on. That building was helpful.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and cover that, even though that doesn't add to my contiguity. Fucking point neutral, you know. Or we could do this. It's a shame there's not a way to put this down where it's adjacent to one of the red buildings and that blue building. I'm just going to tuck it in here. Okay, this seems like a winner. The other L-shaped tile that remains does fit here. So I guess there's a question as to whether it makes more sense. More sense to just like tuck this there? This is the wrong L shape for this tile, but it's the right L shape for the remaining church. I don't know. I'm going to do this. I'm going to try not to spend too much time thinking about it. Okay, what's not getting played? The yellow thing that goes there. Okay, that's fine.
Oh,
all right. We can put this here then, I suppose.
One is not.
And that's we almost satisfied that church. And I think we're probably just tapping out here.
Oh.
There's this piece left that would be of some value, but that's literally the only piece we can draw that I think would even be playable. So we're just going to end our participation in the episode at this point, having covered up all but 2 of the trees and all but 2 of the rocks, and just really feeling horrible about it.
Okay, did you end your...
Oh, sorry. I had to press... You have to press so many buttons to get it to accept that. I forgot. Yeah, I tapped out. So Amabel still has a little bit of space running here.
Okay, I'm going to just give up on that well. So I can place another thing.
Good draw. Yeah, that's a pretty solid draw for you. And then that unfortunately is oriented in the wrong way to fit into this space here.
So is the other one that's left, isn't it? The other's the one. Okay.
Yeah, all the colored buildings have the same orientation on these things, and the church versions are the ones that are the opposite.
I'm ending the episode.
Oh my gosh. So I did garbage on my building contiguity, but you also
I didn't do good at all.
I saw that you got your well, and I was like, well, that's probably enough, but I guess it wasn't.
No, because the color contiguity wasn't good, and
I did get my
scoring.
You did. You got one of your churches. I got my 5-point church.
Okay, yeah.
So that's something. So end of the episode. 2 progress symbols for me, and Amabel gets a tree sticker. You continue to add points to your board.
All right, where do I want to place that?
And we just have to wait here patiently.
Oh, okay. Oh, hang on. No, because it's letting me do it over the forest as well.
Oh, it's true. The forest spaces have dots on them now.
Okay,
which they did not before. Interesting. Okay, let's swing into the next episode here then. Soon you will construct a large sawmill to reclaim more buildable land from the forest. And here we have it. The sawmill has been added at the bottom right of your city. You must now build your first building next to the sawmill. Oh, I hate having to put the first building in a corner. That said, it's not a horrible shape for it.
Yeah, no, that's a good corner to put the thing in.
That's a little awkward. That's not the piece I wanted because, like, obviously this is bad. This is not the worst thing I could do. You know, I will say I am experiencing some success just kind of saying fuck it to maintaining my trees, just covering my trees up all the time.
Yeah.
It is working out okay. And this does leave this area way more buildable. This, I worry about, like, the fill-in over here and how I'm going to... I don't know. I think I'm going to do this, though. This is probably better. Okay. I do not hate that. That might even be a scoreable church. We can start building blue up here. This yellow group is never going to come to anything. We still can't build on the left side, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, only construct buildings to the right of the river. So,
Okay.
awkward. This is going to be some short rounds. Ooh, maybe I want to break my red contiguity.
Sorry.
You know what's great is copyrighted music in the middle of the... It's fine.
I'm so sorry.
I'll figure it out.
Who calls me on the phone? What kind of... That's nuts. I feel so embarrassed.
Okay, so I need a red building for that specifically. Is it worth covering this tree? I'm a little worried that if I don't cover this tree, there's very little chance that I'll score the well. Because, like, these two tiles have to be part of one building, and this has to be part of another. And it's not impossible, but there are certainly fewer buildings that work that way, especially if I need this square to be red. I'm gonna just penalize myself 2 points here real quick. Because I love not scoring points. It's the only explanation.
Yeah.
My play could not portend anything else.
This isn't actually too bad for me this time.
Okay, I think we gotta take this, right? Like, that's the point value of that building going there is so... Actually, you know what? It's probably better for it to be like this, though. Yeah, almost certainly. Okay, so we have to start a yellow group up here somewhere. This allows us to... I always have to look. What is the orientation of the L shapes? Okay, that is the correct orientation. And if we get this church tile or this church tile, we can play them in here and immediately be in a pretty good spot. It's probably better to do this. The church tile is oriented the other way. But I do want to, again, we want to, create some kind of contiguity. This building is worth, well, you know what? The building is worth points if I put it down here as well. Yeah. So maybe that's worth considering.
And is it still a rule that if I can't place a church tile, I'm hosed?
Then
I need to.
Yeah, I think that is a rule of the church tiles. Yeah.
That's not fun.
This piece was a really bad draw. Shoot. Well, I guess we do this and we're just really hoping to draw one of those? That feels very bad. I could also just toss... You know what? I'm just going to toss this one for a point. I think that's what I'm doing with that. I like this very much. You know, that's not bad either. So the blue L shape would be great. It is still possible to benefit from the 1x2s. If we draw a church tile, we're in a position for sure. Would I be better off just putting this like this and hoping? Yeah, I think so, because there are more tiles that can cover that space. Oof, this is not one of them though.
Oh,
Perhaps risky. I'm gonna pass but keep my hand in, even though there's 2 more of those in the deck. Okay, this church tile is actually like an amazing draw. Yeah, I feel really good about that. That was worth paying a couple of points for, I think. And now we're at the point where it's like, I probably just end my participation, right? We have a lot of negative space showing, but there are too many tiles that I can't play. Yeah, I think we just have to scoop out at this point for our own safety. Oh, that's a pretty good draw for Amabel.
that is a pretty good draw. But now I must.
Yeah, but now you are tapping out as well. Your position looks really good here. Yeah, criminy.
Okay, I did okay that time.
Way to clear me the heck out. So 2 progress symbols and a single tree sticker for the loser that can be placed. Oh, it can only be placed over the forests.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that it couldn't go over the other. Huh.
Because sawmill.
So it opens up. Yeah, that's really interesting. So it opens up a new tile. And I mean, obviously, I could just like throw it back here, right? And it will always score. But I would rather put it out somewhere where it's like sometimes I can cover it up for value. And if I'm going to do that, it feels like maybe this one gives us more options. I kind of like that. All right. The final game of Chapter 3. New rule for this episode only. You have to construct all of the buildings on cards that are turned over. It is not possible to pass, but you can now just build on top of forest spaces. Okay.
Okay. Well then.
Interesting. It does kind of... How do I want to take advantage of this? The thing is, forest spaces are not... We can build over them, but they're not negative points if they're not built over. There's enough of these. I think this is a reasonable place to start. It gives me a lot of distance to build out over. Yeah, and so like I can build... This is legal, right? Because the sawmill counts as a building. Yes, it does. Okay. I like this. This gives me a lot of flexibility. Is this greedy? Going like all the way out of my way not to cover up any forest tiles, because like this wouldn't be horrible. It only costs us a point. I kind of like that. And like here we have a space to put one of those 5 squares and... How do I take best advantage of this? I could just tuck it all the way down here. It's not buying me any points for covering greens, but it is giving me points in other ways. I could put it there, or it is point. This is also point neutral. But in either case, it's gaining me 1 point for red contiguity at least. I'm just going to do that. That's fine. Okay, yellow square. I think. I am trying to take my group contiguity a little bit more seriously. It is a real shame to get this so early.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna... that feels really sketchy, though. If I put this here, we can probably connect it through later. But also...
Oh, I fucked up bad.
I'm like really tightly and efficiently packing this space that isn't worth any points in the hopes of trying to maintain my groups and trying to leave space to build my groups. I don't know. It doesn't feel great. But I really want to put a blue building here, you know? And I guess at the very least, I am scoring a lot of points on this red group now. Okay, I like that. Yeah, it's hard to know exactly where it's going to make sense to cover stuff. I'm just going to go ahead and place this here. That's fine. That's a good building. Okay, what are we not building? Okay, the yellow 5-piece. I'm actually pretty thrilled. That works out just fine. Does it feel to you like these Z-shaped pieces are just always the wrong orientation? I always find that I wish I had the other one.
Yeah.
It actually makes me really happy to see the church tiles.
Doing so bad this time. This is to make up for the last round where I did okay. Oh.
I mean, you didn't do okay. You obliterated me last round. This is a bad time for this.
I don't like how few churches have shown up either. I mean,
same.
I mean, anyone we can't place, and we're done. But
yeah, so the churches are not extra bad this time, but they're still bad. They're very bad for sure. Okay, this is, yeah, grim. Okay, all right. I mean, this caps my red group, but it caps it nice and high, and it gets some good. I'm just gonna go ahead and take it. How many more red buildings are there left in the reserve? 3 of them, and none of them would have fit into this space anyway. No. No, that's very bad. I can't get that adjacent to both of those buildings at the same time. I could put it here. And then we hope to draw... No, all of the red buildings that would fit here are already drawn. That's not true. That one still exists. I think I'm just going to take it. Yeah, that's not bad. I do feel like I'm at least getting a good, efficient space coverage here. Kind of sucks because there's not really a way to lay this down without covering that tree. Well, I guess I could put it over here. That guarantees I don't get the well, though.
I have no way to lay this down.
And there's still a few tiles that would let me claim that well. So I'm gonna try to hold out hope. I'm keeping hope alive. Covering up trees. Oh no! Oh no! It's the wrong L! Well, there goes hope. Yeah, there's only one place I can play this. I mean, it's not like... Let's not squawk too loud. It's still a 4-point building here. But that right there is the game, is the end of the episode for me.
Oh, that was close.
Yeah, it did come down to that last building being playable. This was mostly like a game of empty space, right?
Yeah.
And I did do a little bit better on my buildings, but you got a well and I didn't, and that actually more than compensated for the building stuff. Okay, so that was the flood. We have, in theory, survived it. Score is 14-4. Let us begin the next chapter.
Oh no.
Gold! Rich veins of gold have been discovered at the edge of your city. This will have a major impact on the city's growth. Luckily, the flood has receded, and land, which is urgently needed for building, is now more plentiful than ever because the forested areas are being developed. Great news. So let's get Amabel's board over here. Okay. The first player to build on both gold veins gets 1 gold nugget. At the end of episode 12, the player with the most gold nuggets will get progress points. Oh, okay. So there are extra progress points available. So we still must start at the sawmill. We can still build on forest spaces.
We must start this one because looks like I'm able to place it next to the river.
Are you? Are you sure?
No, okay.
Would actually let you do it?
It will not. You were correct. Okay.
So now that we can build across the river again, I have to think about this a little bit differently, though. Like, what is the best layout for allowing me to make contact to the river? And I guess maybe it's not different. Maybe it's not that different at all. Yeah, the thing is, I could just pack it all the way in here like this. And that gives us maximum reach. Yeah, you know what? I'm doing that. Okay, Amabel and I ended up going a little bit different ways in the end here. Well, that would be like a silly thing to do. Do I just want to cover space again? It feels bad because I'm not getting any value out of that space. There's not really there's not a good way to lay this down to cover that rock. This is super awkward. But to leave it just like hanging out of the woods a little bit, I guess this covers 3 spaces. The middle thing here isn't non-scoring. Is non-scoring. I actually like that. And then that means we can start building into the middle with further pieces. And I might just do this. Just to put a hand on the well. Do I even want to... I think there's a question as to how much you want to leave the top surface of that open. But I'm going to do it like this. So, at the end of episode 12, the person with the most gold nuggets gets 2 progress points. It's a whole episode worth of it's a whole game worth of progress points. So it is significant. It is meaningful. That's an awkward tile for this. Could do that thing. We just play to cover this up later. I don't hate that. And see, now I can just claim this right away, or we can start expanding here. I think I like that better because this is a really awkward shape. Like, obviously, there's a very limited number of pieces that would fit there. Well, I mean, right. That's pretty high value. It's pretty low value in terms of our other goals. And notice Amabel has already grabbed one of the things.
What? That doesn't sound like me.
Going after objectives and getting them in a timely fashion? You're right, it doesn't. Oh. I'm sorry, I love you.
Love you too.
Okay, we're not building the yellow Z shape. Actually, maybe it's better to do this. I do think I like that better. I think I'm just gonna be kind of slow to get the gold this time. I'm doing a good job in other ways. Oh. Oh. It's the good one. You know, that's not terrible. It's just 5 empty spaces. I guess I could do it over here too. No, that's horrible. What am I talking about? I could do this. You know, that requires me to break some contiguity, but it has a lot of upside. Huh. So, like, if we put this here, it really dramatically increases the number of ways this thing can happen. I'm going to do it. Does it make more sense to do this? Probably. Okay. Should probably be like that, right? So let's see. Okay. So we did accomplish the gold nugget on the same turn. We managed to remain tied on that. If I put this down here, it prevents us from scoring like the red Z shape here, which we might still want to do. And I want to leave room for the yellow, so I might just place this here and like wait for... This would be a convenient spot to drop a square. Okay, that's awkward. So's that, obviously. I think I accept this. This ends up leaving us with a lot of ugly unfilled space. But like if you think about what's left, we have to put a red south of there somehow, and it's this or one of these. None of them really fit too much better because there isn't a tile that covers these 3 spaces, and this at least clears the rocks. Okay. That's not awful, I think.
Oh.
All right, this thing can fill in here and at least give us a little bit more scoring on this group, because this is going to be our large blue contiguity group for sure. Where do I want to put this to try to turn it into something? I guess that's not horrible. If we draw a church, there's a couple of church tiles that fit into this space and would be immediately adjacent to those 2. It leaves only 1 light green space uncovered there.
Is that the only... No, I have the 2 church left.
The blue 2's already spent. So these 2 spaces, this needs to go in one of them, and I don't think it can matter which. No, it can't. Whatever, we'll just put it down. So there's 2 points that would otherwise be unretrievable. You can just go here. We probably aren't beating this group for yellow contiguity, but, you know. And again, there are several churches that plug into this space and immediately score all 3 colors. Should we be so lucky? Oh, right. It's the wrong Z shape. So this fits right here, I suppose. Yeah, this being the wrong orientation of L is actually really rough. Maybe I just want to put this here and close a bunch of that space off. Think so. Okay. So this church fits in pretty easily. What's left? We're actually really low. Squares. Lots of squares. So if this play is like really hoping for that to be next. If I put it here, it doesn't really have much scoring potential. This allows us to score off of the blue square, but no longer scores off of this. So you know what? This this nice fit I think makes as much sense as anything. And then we draw this thing, which we play like that, which is lovely. And then I think we tap out because I can't. I can still play this. It can't score us a positive number of points. Now, what would we be fishing for if we did play this? I could put it right here and it's point neutral. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to go ahead and add my participation in the episode. I think that there's no way to score left for me. So, Amabel, how you feel you're doing?
I'm doing okay.
Oh yeah, your color contiguity points are really solid.
But then I can't place this anywhere, so that's going to end my participation in the episode.
So yeah, I'm
not too mad at that.
You have really good groups. I have 8 points of church scoring, but it's not enough to overcome.
Oh, that was real close, though.
Yeah, 8, 7, 6. I think we both played pretty well there. I left 13 spaces unfilled. Oof, just pretty rough. Okay, so we tied on the gold nugget. So here you get 2 progress stickers and a light green sticker on a forest.
Okay.
Whereas I get a sticker showing 1 tree on a forest and 2 light green stickers on forest spaces, which is actually kind of there are ways in which that is not great. Gosh, where do I want this other tree to go then? This group of rocks is really awkward, is making this really awkward, I should say. Because am I not just going to cover this up like a ton pretty much anywhere that I put it? Unfortunately, I think so. I think I will be covering it up a lot. Where's the place where I'm least likely to cover it? I can try to just tuck it against the wall in a place where I have like the 2x3 here to build in and then try to build around this one. And then these I feel like are fairly easy. I could just put them both in this corner because we're going to, in these 2 spaces, because we're already incentivized to play up this line anyway. Right? I don't know. That's fine, I guess. All right. Game number 11. Let's get started. The first player who builds on all the forest spaces gets a gold nugget.
That's okay.
Which complicates the gold nugget race. Cool. Great.
That's what I want. I want more complications here.
That really complicates the placement of this piece in particular, which you really don't want to put here now. It's otherwise exactly what I would have done with it. Maybe it's like this. It's a little awkward to place a piece so that it lands, diagonally adjacent to your well. This is bad. This would be bad. This is bad because you prevent yourself from being able to push across the river with it. There are a lot of really ugly ways to put this piece down, Amabel.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I do this and I just accept that. I think I'm going to. Yeah, let's just lock it up now. Oh, that's an interesting place to put one of your light green squares.
Interesting is one word for it, I suppose.
Very interesting indeed. Is this the right? No, of course not. Of course, this is the wrong orientation for all of the damn Z shapes. Well, I could do this. Had the play be to get the red tiles out that way. I think so. Let's go with that. Huh. This ain't so bad. There are a couple of things that fit in here and get us across. Yeah, all right. And it gives me places to go with all my colors. Like, that's not horrible either. That gives me a nice surface. It's a much better draw for Amabel, sadly. Yeah. Okay, the red 5 piece gets thrown away. And here's a church. Well, you know, I do not hate that. I don't hate that either. So this is covering 4 points. While this is covering... It's a placement that gains 4 points, but also guarantees me a loss of 2 points effectively. While this gains me 3 points and guarantees a loss of 2 points. I think I actually like this. It's a little awkward. I mean, like, this feels real bad. This at least allows... Yeah, that's the way to go, I think. Well, I mean... There's that, there's this. I could just cut this off, but obviously we're hoping to be able to grab the T shape there. We could build this out here, but it feels kind of limiting. Maybe it's just this. I wish this was almost like any other piece. This is a very good piece, but not right now.
Yeah.
I want this later. Yeah. Maybe it makes more sense right here. But I'm putting myself in such an awkward position for covering this and for covering that. All right, I'm committing on this. We gotta put it somewhere. Okay, well, there's that, right? It only costs me a positive point, and it does secure. Although I guess I'm not in a huge hurry to secure the thing that secures. Am I? Because it, like, Amabel is not close to it.
No, not at all.
I'm going to do this. My red group is all fucked up. Oh, I'm doing such a bad job with my colors this time. I really like the way that all of the competing concerns make it just like a total nightmare.
Yeah.
to ever place anything in anyway. That makes completing that so difficult. There is a blue, yeah, there is a blue 4 squares. So I probably do want to wait on that. This is so awkward. All right. Yeah, build tight to the space. And of course, that's the super wrongest. So this piece has no good use, and Amabel just wins everything forever. Congratulations, Amabel.
I mean, I have you in my life, so I already have won everything forever.
That's so sweet that the viewers are going to have to go get their mouths checked for cavities now. I hope you're happy.
I am. You know how I am. I like to cause cavities. My favorite thing.
All right. Well, so you get that gold nugget. It's 1 gold nugget for doing that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I will get the other gold nugget. Eventually, hopefully. Because you left yourself in a position where you literally can't complete yours. I think I can do this safely. Or is it more like this? Because I'm not actually like in a hurry to complete that at this point. Okay, this is probably where we go ahead and just smash that. And so it remains 2-2 on the gold nuggets. This thing has such a way of showing up only at the worst possible moment.
It's a real talent.
Like, there were times when I had a good placement for this. Now I'd just be doing, like, something like that. There's a couple different versions of that. I no longer have to cover this up because, well, yeah, actually, that's interesting. The gold nugget space doesn't give me a negative point for not being covered, right? Because it's not a light green space.
Yeah.
Okay, this feels like a winner. As always, Church is showing up really, really late in the polls and making me very nervous. Well, at this point, I would rather play here, obviously. Yeah. Okay, here's this. As soon as there's no way to build over here. But I can put it there, and that's not too bad. Or here. Actually, here is really good. Yeah, we can probably work with this. Oh, wait, no. Restart, hold on. Can I? Yeah. Actually, never mind. There's no way to place it adjacent to a blue building, and we've played all the blue buildings. Haven't we? Ugh. Terrible. Well, that's pretty alright.
Oh, I hate that. hate that a lot. Don't like this either.
This is probably better in terms of leaving space for other stuff, right? Because we don't have any of the long tiles left. This we should absolutely place right here. Well, I ended up doing an okay job on 2 of my color groups. Okay, Square Church goes there, Church. And that will allow me to play everything except the other church, which is true no matter where I put this, so So then we draw the other church. God damn it. Those other buildings are worth points, though. All right, I'm out. That's a really frustrating moment to go out. Oh, and you're going all the way.
I am going all the way.
Oh, no.
That gives me a bigger... Yeah, I guess I'm going there.
All right, we have very tense competition for the gold nugget bonus here. Okay, 34 to 28. Very well played round, Amabel.
Thank you. You did well as well.
Both your wells, your 5-point church. Yeah, so few empty spaces left. Really, really good work.
Thank
All right,
you.
so once again, 2 progress points and a light green symbol for the winner, a tree and 2 light green squares for the loser. And now that we know a little bit more about what it is that we're after, it colors this sum.
Yeah.
I think I'm just going to like clean this up like that. It's a little awkward, but I think it's, yeah, it's a strategy. At least it has direction.
Okay.
All right. The final round. Even if you lose the competition for the forest bonus, you'll win 10 extra points if you build on all the forest spaces.
Okay, that's rad.
So, yeah. So you really are motivated to do that anyway. But faster is better, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really tense competition for the first for the the gold nuggets on this one. Is it something like this? And then I mean you're like really restricting yourself on blue connections there, but it's also all right, I'm doing it. I mean, it does a lot for me. Why does this have to be oriented this way? Why can't things ever just be good? At least space for the 4 and the T. I mean, it leaves space for a lot of things. Is that the correct orientation? It is. For the Z shapes, so that's cool. That's a cool change of pace. But this does a lot in terms of covering that, but it doesn't do very much in terms of reaching out. And reaching out is important. And then, of course, we could just do this. Again, you're definitely booting some contiguity there, but also gold nuggets. We'll see. We'll see who is the fool. It's me. It's probably me.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, progress score is 14 to 8, closing. The gap is closing.
Mm. Mm.
And I'm feeling pretty good about some of the things that are happening here. Oh, interesting. That's pretty all right. Again, it's kind of limiting on the well a little bit.
Bad. That's bad. Oh no.
I think I'm gonna take it though. It's gonna be a little awkward to build around the well now.
Yeah.
We just have to make sure we are thoughtful about making that work. This helps, I think. If that is indeed what I want to do. I mean, there's certainly a lot of value in doing this. Yeah. So if I do this, we have this very awkward area over here. I'm going to just No, I'm not. What am I talking about? It basically like has to be this. I'm being so silly. Okay, so we have to actually connect a blue building to this is the thing to remember. Is this where I start my new... It's not amazing. That's pretty okay. And then like the yellow just has to build out this way, and we have a connection there, and that gets us... Yeah, that's pretty good space coverage. We do something like this. Yeah. I'm very, very nervous. So if we apply like this... Oh, no, we've lost that race already. Well, I think this still ends up being the right play, though. Right, because it's blue, we have to connect here. Yeah, I think so. All right, so we are tied on... we are tied on gold nuggets, and there's no way for that not to be the case.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that gets handled.
Yep.
This requires me to play a blue out of position to score the points, but it would be worth it if I got it. If I figured out a way to do it. You know, that's pretty convenient. That's pretty convenient, but it really limits how I can develop the red space. Yeah, that's just like 3 easy points. It makes it almost certain that I won't score this, though. This leaves a little bit more possibility. It does make working my red group around the well really awkward. But I think I like it better. This blue. Just do this thing with it, I guess. Could maybe even just do that, honestly. But then, I mean, then I'm relying on some other piece to fill in there. This is a really... I hate these long pieces. I never keep them in mind when I'm building. And every time I see one of them, I am just like, it makes me miserable.
I like them more where they're in Tetris. Than here.
Sure.
But I tend to like long pieces, so. What?
Nothing.
I didn't
I didn't say anything.
Okay.
Putting this right here allows for the possibility, at least. Although obviously playing that space is of pretty low value. But this isn't good over here. We may as well. Amabel, I think you may beat me this episode. This whole...
Oh, it doesn't feel like it, but...
This episode as a whole has been very bad for me. And when I say episode here, I'm talking about, you know, the YouTube episode. This leaves me with extremely limited options to... You know, literally every blue piece that we have remaining fits, though. That's not that bad, really. And it does deal with an awkward piece. That's not awful. A thing that is awkward is that I might not be able to score both of these. So maybe it's kind of bad in that sense. Maybe I'd be better off playing it like up here. Or even just bailing on the 3 points entirely, but taking the 5-point placement up here. You know what? I'm cool with that, actually. Hey, SB, are you ever going to finish that well? No, fucking probably not. I probably can't do that, actually. All right, let's do this. The well is worth more than the church, especially given that any placement of the church... Okay, deletion of that other church is interesting.
Oh, I needed that.
I'll tell you what I did not
No.
need was this piece. No, this is actually really awkward. Is this worth the 1 point deletion? If I do this, I'm committing myself to one particular way that the well could work out.
Mm-hmm.
But it could work out. Yeah. Right, you have to put this here and then the 2-piece there. And it keeps the grouping alive, and it's not horrible, actually. It's not good. I'm gonna have so many blank spaces left over. Oh, Amabel. Why am I bad at game? Well, I mean, it happened.
I don't think you're bad at games, sweetheart.
Are you sure? Have you seen my map developing?
I haven't. I've been paying attention to my map develop. It's fine.
Yeah, see, I have a little bit of an advantage here because I know she is playing on a single screen laptop. And it's much harder for her to keep an eye on both of our maps at the same time. Trying to make sure I have a plan for the rest of my pieces. This thing kind of sucks. I mean, this is not horrible. This is not a horrible placement. Yeah, that's fine. And then if we put this here, it's pretty point positive. And I kind of hoping to draw this. The thing is, okay, so we have a spot where I can put this, but this is worth 4 points. Putting the blue piece here would be worth 6 points instead. It is worth it to pass here because the worst case scenario is I have to pass twice and then play the blue piece, and I get the same point value as I would just putting this one down and then ending the episode. But there's a chance, there's a chance here where I get to draw the blue piece next instead of last, and I get 1 more point. And this we have to toss to the wolves. I'm actually pretty happy with the way that worked out at the end. And still.
That was close.
Yep, we both scored a lot of church points there. We both scored a well. I did quite well on my building groups, but it's just the raw amount of green space, you know?
Yeah.
That versus this. You tucked your buildings in so well.
Well, thank you, sweetheart.
Really, really good job. Okay.
And it's funny because I've never really tried tucking.
No prior experience at all. Okay, so same rewards. It looks like here with the you get a green space sticker. I get 2 green spaces and a forest. So let's clean the board and. Put this here and these there.
And we just did not end up. Did we get the? We didn't get anything, so we were tied. Or no, did we both get it?
We both got it.
Okay.
We both have an odd number of. Or no, wait. I have an odd number of symbols now. No, I don't. No, neither one of us got it. We both have an even number. I saw this and I was like, look, odd. But that's because the top row has an odd number of filled in symbols. Because I'm not very bright.
Well, no.
Okay,
You had 14 before, did you not? I think we both got it. You have 16 now.
Wasn't it one? Oh, was it 2? Oh, that's right. It was 2 symbols or 1 symbol for second most, except that there are no awards for second most in the 2-player mode. Well, it doesn't matter. Both of us getting it or neither of us getting it is the same relative point change.
Okay, but I have more points than I don't know.
Well, I mean, I think the really important thing is you have closed the gap significantly, and you are now only 4 progress points behind. So I am living in fear over here.
Oh no.
That is, I think, where we're ending this one. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
Yep.
That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I already think that this is getting really interesting. There are enough competing concerns now, and especially the conditions that we're racing for on the board while also fighting for the other stuff, I think has given it, there's a lot of interesting tension at this point. That is it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, we will be playing chapters 5 and 6, and who knows how much more complicated and difficult this is going to become. And we'll see you then.
Bye.